Alright, welcome back to Pac-Manufactured, a series all about Pac-Man clones. Been a while. Yeah, sorry about that. There are reasons for this, but they're all boring and who gives a shit at the end of the day. You're here to watch Pac-Man clones, and I've decided to treat you to something different for once. So this is our first Amiga Pac-Man clone. This is Pac-Man87, developed for the A500, and came free with the Amiga format cover disc, volume 27. I don't know who the developer is because it doesn't say on the game anywhere, so yeah, sorry about that. Right, I used to play this one loads, and I actually own this cover disc specifically. There's lots of clones for arcade games on it. Pac-Man is just one of them. As you can guess, this was probably developed in 1987, as the game is called Pac-Man87. What I really like about this one is its mazes are interconnected. So each screen, once you clear it, you go off screen, usually in the direction of an arrow, and then it loads a new maze, but it's actually still connected to the old maze. So if you want to backtrack and go back into the cleared maze, you can. So yeah, if you're trying to escape things, it's a good option. It does mean that you get this sprawling sort of labyrinth of mazes. So each exit sort of will lead onto a different maze. You can loop back on yourself, so they are all connected in a sort of logical way. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. Maze design isn't the best. It does suffer from a few things that I don't like, in particular the dead ends, which I just think is a bad move on any sort of maze design. But they're not too bad in the grand scheme of things. Controls are great. It controls exactly as you'd expect it to. Power pills work the same way you'd expect them to. Yeah, it's a really interesting clone with a nice idea of its own. We've got a couple of gimmicks as well, like fire pits, spike hazards, and electric fences. One of the fences seems to sort of like you can see the spikes sort of joining, and then all of a sudden it sort of glitches into this mess. I don't know why it does that. It does that on my old copy on the actual Amiga itself as well. I'm emulating this at the moment, but yeah, it's other than that, a few sort of quirks. This is actually a really interesting little clone, something well worth checking out if you like the idea of like a big sort of overworld sort of idea, like to your Pac-Man clone. Yeah, I really like it. I think it's got something going for it. Yeah, the real drawback, unfortunately, is the fact that there is absolutely no sound whatsoever, no sound effects, no music. It's a bit lacking in that department, but otherwise, a really cracking clone. I really like the way it plays. When the ghosts are super aggressive as well, so it can get really tricky in places. Yeah, it's a fun time, honestly. Something really quite unique and certainly worth checking out.